Warning: this podcast contains content not suitable for younger audiences, or older audiences, or anyone really. Run while you still can. We're the hapless heroes.
Who's smashing now, Hoblet? Who's smashing now?
Oh no!
Wow!
She's
Hoblet
has never been so emasculated. He is bright red.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Hapless Heroes. I'm Francesco, your host and DM. Going around the table, we have to my left Joe playing Ezra.
Hi.
We have Mike playing Quinn.
How's it going?
We have Dave playing Zero.
Haha, I still got a gun.
And we have James playing Hoblet.
Evening, friendos.
Once again, I might have to repeat just in case people are starting here for some reason in this episode, which you should go back and listen to other episodes, you jerks.
Yeah, who starts mid-season?
Paradil is still away from the table because we record 2 episodes a week, so he's still sick.
Still under the table.
But he will be, yeah, and he's also still under the table. Speaking of which, last week on Hapless Heroes, you guys continued your fight. Shit went sideways. You guys continued your fight against the Baron's guards and Rex. You managed to, slay the guards outside of, like in the parlor room, and Rex escaped into the Baron's sort of safe room / office.
AKA he ran away like a BX.
Yeah, you guys were unable to pry open the iron door that was heavily locked from the inside, but you managed to instead climb onto the roof and sort of swing in through the balcony and fought a very, very difficult fight in which most of you are just barely standing afterwards, and slayed the Baron and Rex and his 2 armed guards that were in there. Before the Baron died, he did express to you that, at least in his mind, you picked the wrong side, and he was not the one who killed the king and queen. You found a lot of stuff in the vault in his office, as well as his desk, and also a firearm on his person. Which, yes, it's a gun. It's a flintlock pistol, but
I did like how you described it, though.
Well, yeah, because you guys have never seen anything like this before in your entire lives.
Perspective. It was awesome.
Right. Also among the loot, there was what looked like a mace, but the head of the mace was replaced with a large dodecahedron, a 12-sided die, essentially, and something called a hollow blade charm, which is like something that can be inscribed into a weapon to make it do some really cool stuff, which we'll get more into detail about that when you guys are actually out of the
Shit show that we currently find ourselves in.
Right.
Who took the charm? Okay.
Zero
I had the
did.
charm as well? Okay.
Zero has the charm.
Yeah, we didn't actually. No,
Zero has it.
I don't think we actually.
Also,
said
there was
anything,
a little black notebook inside of the vault that contained a bunch of names and, like gold amounts and quantity amounts, but there wasn't really any references to what what it was talking about. And some of the names were crossed out, as well as in the desk, Zero found some old trade ledgers from like a decade past or more. And there were a lot of boots in the ground you guys heard, and now there are currently actually guards just smashing their almost something like a battering ram outside the door. Paradil still lies unconscious under the writing desk in the parlor, and presumably has still not been found because these guys seem to be a little more preoccupied with the Baron. And you guys are now in this room behind a locked door that is currently being attempted to be broken down, and you need to get the hell out of there. Oh, there's also some healing potions, I should say, that Hoblet is in possession of. So, what ho, fellas?
So, Hoblet is going to drink one of these potions.
Sure. You regain 4d4 plus 4 hit points.
And toss one Ezra's way.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to chug it.
All right, so each of you roll 4d4 and then add 4 to that total.
12.
Okay.
13.
Okay, so you get 13 back, Hoblet gets 12 back, and you still have 2 potions left.
And 13 plus 4.
Oh,
so you get 17.
17 hit points left. Back. Okay. And you're going to hear another heave and ho slam on the door, but it does not budge still. These guys apparently do not have keys to this room because it is the Baron's private office. But you can hear them sort of backing up to make another attempt. And you can hear them say, if you just surrender, it'll all be over much quicker. We promise that we will give you an expedient trial. And what else should we offer him? How do we get an open door?
Yo, fuck this. What are we doing?
Something, discretion, something, valor, balcony. Go.
Yeah.
Much similar, before they jet out the balcony, much similar to the way the Baron laughed at us from the inside of the iron door, Hoblet's going to laugh back.
Sure. Sure, yeah.
At the guys on the other side.
Except we still have a guy on the other side.
Another crash of this battering ram destroys this door and sends it flying in, and there are 16 guards piled out there. I will allow you...
We're out on the balcony.
Okay. I need athletics or acrobatics checks from everybody to climb that rope, as these 16 guards are going to come after you. So I'm going to start with Ezra.
8.
Ooh, boy.
Did you add your...
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, he goes, yep. Whoa.
So it's what? You
Quinn.
said 20 feet down from the balcony, right?
10 feet.
Oh, 10 feet.
Whatever.
down.
You know what? I'm not going to make you guys roll for it. I think this is better for a daring escape to have like a good chase scene. But I will say that Ezra
Is last.
is last.
I was gonna use slow fall. Is it or
Do you have that?
Featherfall?
yeah?
Oh yeah, you do. You are able to do that actually.
Slow fall, and it's less than 20.
Yeah. So I mean,
falling
like you just
damage.
kind of slip on the rope and then you just go back up.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone's up on the roof.
Oh,
And-
it's the roof.
Oh, I thought we were going to go
Yeah,
over
I thought we were-
over
if
the-
it was 20
oh.
feet down.
Yeah, I
over
thought
the
we were
gonna
going
go
down.
It's
That's what I
30,
thought we were
30
going
feet
down.
down.
30 feet?
But we have,
yeah.
I have a 50-foot rope.
I have dark
We
vision.
can just slide down.
Can't go an episode. Okay, so sorry. You guys are let's go back then. You guys are going down from the balcony to the ground floor.
yeah,
Right? That's what that was under the impression I was.
Okay, you
Are
guys
there no guards down below?
There are guards on the guard posts, and there are some in the courtyard. Yes.
Looking down.
That's why I thought you guys were going up.
Looking
on the roof.
down.
That's
How
why I
many-
use
Okay,
slow
okay,
fall.
up,
That's why I
up.
use slow
Yeah.
fall because I thought we were going down.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
hold
why.
on. So yeah, no, I'm sorry. I thought you guys were going up to the roof.
All right,
So
yeah,
what are we actually
Yeah, we're
doing?
going up.
I just
Yeah,
remember
we're going
going
back
on
up.
the roof, but sure.
Right.
Yeah,
because
we're
down
we're
below
sitting
there are
ducks
about
either
there are
way.
still about 10 guards in the like main like that sort of like plaza, so to speak, of
Yeah.
like like in front of the mansion, and there are a few guards like getting ready to shoot arrows at you again.
Yeah, but going down would make us prone.
You know
and that's
what?
not a good idea.
Right.
So check this out. And Zero's trying to say this quietly as they're going across the roof. Let's swing in and see if they're all in the office there, slam the door behind them and try to jam it with the crowbar.
Get our homeboy out.
So we're going down now, back through the broken window.
We're doing a
Collecting
complete circle.
Paradil, the unconscious Paradil.
So, like, I'm literally imagining
Like they all run into the room. Right.
into the room.
They see you guys-
It's seriously like a silent film. Like I see
Yeah.
them just
We're
like,
chasing each other around.
Yeah, that's
we
exactly
go
what I
up
have in
the-
my mind
yeah.
right now.
And
So
then we swing back down, and I like this. Let's see if we can do this.
It's a good Zero idea because it's the sort that looks great on paper and may or may
sure,
not
I will.
actually work.
Well, hold
is
on.
everybody
Can I-
going back down in there? Like,
Can
are you all
I
swinging in?
ask? Can I ask? Yeah, can I ask some logistical questions before we just go flying here? Like once.
Wait, you're
One-
asking questions?
Well, yeah, because now we're trying to get the hell out of here. Should we pull the rope up?
Yes.
Like then they're not chasing us. Then by the time we get over there, they've probably left the room.
So
Or they're going to keep trying to find ways up after us because they don't know that we're going to come back into that
Fair
hallway.
enough.
Two-
Fair enough. So we pull the rope.
Someone
We get
could-
up on the rope. We pull the rope up, and we head towards
the opposite end.
end
Right.
to swing back.
So they all run into that room, and now like they just kind of see them
They're
like
all,
know what?
looking up, like
staring
shaking their
at us.
fists. But you can hear a few of
But
them start running back the other way once you got
I'm
Sure,
already
yeah.
kind of like
like
trying
hauling
to-
ass.
hauling ass
Right.
to
swing through to get Paradil.
because
All right,
why not?
give me an acrobatics check.
8.
8.
Another.
There's no way to help him, is there?
Yeah, you can use the help action.
How does this work?
Can I-
He gets advantage.
Can I use slow fall now?
You roll another d20 because he's helping you.
Okay.
Okay.
There we
Nice.
go.
19.
Okay.
You're welcome. Quinn to the
You
rescue.
easily swing in, and there are 3 guards staring at you as you.
Getting tired of coming to our
As
rescue.
you, I'm gonna give you like literally 2 seconds to make a decision before we roll initiative again
To make a decision of what?
of what he's doing because he just swung in
You swung into the room.
No,
you
there's
swung
3
into the room.
guards. There's 3 guards
in the room,
standing there.
staring at him.
Oh, you
staring
bastard.
at me now.
Go.
This is why you
What
don't
are
tell the
gonna
plan
do?
to the DM.
You just like grab Peridot
got
by
two
the collar.
Mississippi.
The desk is right by the window.
Yeah, I'm grabbing him and
Just hopping out the window again.
yeah. That's a big. That's up there, isn't it?
Well, I mean, like you still have the rope. It's
All right.
attached to the chimney up
Pull
top.
me up. Pull me up. I'll just grab.
Sure.
Can we
I'll-
do that?
I'll
pull,
catch
pull
you.
up
Yeah.
another
Yeah.
rope. So
Yeah.
now we're stuck on the roof.
So all 3 of us are
Yeah.
doing this?
Yeah.
Pulling?
And you can see Peridot's beginning
Hoblet rolled a nat 20.
to. Okay, yeah, you easily
Zero
you
also rolled a nat 20 on that.
get the fuck out of here.
I rolled a 15.
Not so
Okay,
much.
that's fine. But like, you guys, I mean, like you guys literally, like the moment he like kind of pulls back on the rope to like kind of give you the signal, like he's got like.
And I'm
like
up
the
here.
fast-
Hero and Hoblet just fucking
I've got.
hawk him.
Yeah, he
I-
almost
The
drops
fast rope back
Peridot.
up into the chop.
Can I just be munching on an apple at this point?
Yeah.
Just like watching everybody like...
He almost drops Peridot because of the force that you yanked him up on, but he still has him. And you can hear Peridot starting to slowly regain consciousness. You just hear him go, "Ooh, Ferretilly D." Zach, if you're listening to this, I love you, and that was a compliment, not a mocking.
But maybe it's a little bit of mocking, and you know what? Show up and we won't do that to you.
Well, he's
Mockery
sick. I
is
can't
the
even
best-
hold it
is
against
the
him
best
because
form
I
of
was sick
flattery,
for
isn't
Yeah,
the last
and-
couple weeks
and
too.
you know we're men. This is the best we can do.
Right. But he's definitely groggy and severely concussed. So you yanks you back up to the roof, and you guys are now just on the
On
roof
the
of this
roof.
keep. And we're going to see a couple arrows
And a
flying at
helicopter
you
comes
guys.
flying over.
0, you're going to get hit by an arrow.
All right.
And you're going to take 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
I mean, are we engaging these clowns or are we?
We're not in an initiative. They're firing at you from the from the towers.
How many of them are there?
There's about you can see
They're
at least 4
surrounding.
right now, and you can see more trying to head up there with some bows.
Yeah, I guess I don't want to instigate
Is
anymore.
there?
This is shortly after the change of the guard, so people are. You definitely caught them by surprise. You know what I mean? But they are organizing.
We need to keep moving.
Yeah.
Well, we're on a roof.
You're on the 3rd story of a mansion.
Yeah.
Behind the mansion, there is that wall that drops down to a very small
In the
edge of a
front,
cliff that
in-
goes down another 80 feet back to that back entrance.
Right. So we don't want to go backwards.
You don't want to go off the back, no.
No.
There, and then along the sides, it drops down back into
On the roof,
enclosure.
on the roof level that we're on, is this the top? Like,
This is the top of.
does
this
it
is-
go up at any
No.
other points? Or,
This is the highest point of the mansion.
okay. Is there any? I sort of picture us jumping into like a lake or a pool or something. Like, how do we get? How are we?
You
getting,
could potentially jump off from the roof to the top of the walls from the back because it does get pushed up against. You'd only be falling about 10, maybe 15 feet that way.
I'm carrying someone still.
Yeah, he's got he's just got Peridot kind of slung over his back.
So Peridot's taking all your.
But Peridot
damage.
is hanging on.
He's your human shield. He's using the unconscious Peridot as a human shield.
Well, semi-conscious.
Well,
The
now with-
unconscious
now
human that he
jumping-
created.
Jumping off, you can use slow fall. right?
yeah.
Jumping off, you can use slow fall.
Yeah, I don't.
Yes.
So he's the safest to carry. Peridot.
Right.
Right. So let's head for the wall.
The wall? Sure.
Man, I don't know
There's no one back there yet. So.
How? I mean, the wall's wide enough that we'll be able
Yes.
to. Okay. Yeah. Let's head that way and hope that nobody shoots us.
Okay, acrobatics from everybody. Ezra, don't even bother because you're going to just sort of gracefully. So, Quinn,
19.
you're fine. 0.
4.
You take 6 bludgeoning damage as you kind of hit at a funny angle and roll.
All right.
It was
Hoblet.
a funny angle.
12.
12, you're fine. Okay, you guys would kind of make it on, just to the top of this wall. I mean, it's still like a 40-foot tall wall,
So what?
but
So let me ask you, like, there were guards chasing us.
yeah, you can see
If
that.
we
they're
took
probably,
off down this wall, would we eventually get to a place where no guards are?
you'd actually eventually run into the guards, probably. This is
So
like
we
an
got to get
enclosure.
down off this wall at
Yes.
some point.
I'm assuming Ezra collected his rope.
Yeah. Could
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got
Is
someone's
there a
rope.
spot before we run into the guards where we'd be able to drop down?
You can drop down
into-
from here to like the back to that that little ledge where you guys were the recon mission happened where you guys were peering down off that cliff face.
All right. What's the drop for that?
40 feet.
So we can rope.
You can rope it down.
Yeah.
Right. No. So let's.
Yeah, that sounds like that's our egress.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. You fasten the rope, and again, very, very, very easy acrobatics or athletics checks.
Ugh.
You need to just. And is anyone lower than a 10?
He's a nat 1.
Yeah. That's a little bit lower
Oh.
than a 10. It's a
Also
little
lower
bit,
than a 10.
a little smidgety smidgen lower than a 10.
Okay, so hold on a second.
I
Ezra,
knew I
what'd
shouldn't have
Ezra,
rolled
what'd you
that
get?
Oh, I thought it was.
No, you still got to do it because it's 40 feet down.
23.
Yeah, you're
nat
fine.
20.
Net 20? Oh, you're absolutely fine.
So he catches me.
No.
No, I already got someone on my back.
Right.
Yay!
Quinn?
A 7.
Okay, so you're going to fall a little bit.
19.
You're fine. And Hoblet, Nat 1. Hoblet
Nat-
just completely lets go of the rope.
One. What rope?
Jesus,
Someone
take,
had a rope.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Could that be
Hoblet,
that?
squirrle, flying squirrels.
I'm gonna
off
give
the
that
fucking
the
wall.
reason why I failed mine.
Hoblet, you got really lucky because I rolled really low on this 4d6 falling damage that you're going to take. You are only going to take 7 bludgeoning damage. That's out of 4d6. So I rolled a 1, a 2, a 1, and a 3.
So what do I? 7 total.
7 bludgeoning damage from the fall as you kind of land on your back, but
See,
your armor
That's
absorbed
why I'm
most
glad
of the
I drank
blow.
the potion.
I feel like you hit me on the way down, which is why I
Yes,
fell.
and Quinn, you kind of held onto the rope for a little bit, but then you do eventually fall 20 feet, and you're gonna take 9 bludgeoning damage from the fall. But you guys are now on the ground, behind the
Cool. So we're down.
the walls of the keep. You are now looking down an 80-foot cliff face, or you have to walk around the walls to the front.
Or to the woods. Like, can't we run away? Why are we trying to go back in?
You
This
are
is where
on
we are.
a raised hill overlooking the city, so there are no woods. You are at the highest point of the city right now.
We run.
You going left or
Yeah.
right?
Ugh.
Well, we're not going down an 80-foot cliff face. I think
The opposite direction of the cliff.
Well, it's left or right. You going around to the left or around to the right?
Pass it to the left.
Pass it to the left.
pass it to the left.
Well, to the
3-1. Pass
like
it to
tails
the
never
left.
fails.
We're going to the left. 3-1. 3 lefts. Even if you vote right, I'm sorry, Quinn. 3
Okay.
lefts already. Watch
You've been
this.
overruled, man. That's it.
if this is a epic failure, I'm going to laugh.
Okay, you guys start running around the walls of the keep, and start making your way around. You kind of hug in the wall so that hopefully no one sees you. And you kind of get closer to where it would round the corner and get back to like the front entrance, like the big where like the gates are for the keep and the stairs that would lead back down into the city. And you can see that you can see a few guard patrols starting to run out of the the open gate, and they start. They just kind of stop there for a second and start looking around, and you see someone send. There's 5 of them. One, the guy who's sort of leading them, sends 2 around, or sends 2 around your direction, and the other 3 go to the right. Around the other way. So there are 2 kind of starting to come towards you guys. What are you doing?
All right. I would like to ask a general question. This is before Facebook and Twitter existed.
Yes.
So, my guess is that these guards were not the same guards that were up top who saw us. So while these guards might know that they're looking for suspicious shit, could we try to tell them oh, we were up meeting with the Baron. You guys are supposed to go this way. We're supposed to go this way. We're looking for 4 ogres or something like that.
I would say that these you don't recognize these 2.
Right.
What if they?
So
what
who's
if
got
these are the
persuasion?
two?
Talk us out of this.
And I'm still
Yeah,
dressed
so am
like
I,
a
yeah.
guard.
Zero and Quinn are both dressed as guards still.
Right. So talk us out of this.
So you guys are you and Ezra are gonna kind of
Yeah,
run
because
back a bit.
There's
Yeah.
2 guards that saw me, and I don't know if it's
All right,
them.
Quinn. I mean, they approach you and they're like, "Soldier, status."
Nothing this way.
Persuasion.
Four.
He says, "Wait a second. How'd you guys get down here? Who are you?"
We were stationed down here to begin with.
Okay. Persuasion.
22.
Okay. He's like, "Oh, well, what's going on? What's happening? I heard there was some fighting with the Baron. There's some people impersonating some guards from what I hear. There's been a breach. There's been a breach.
We were told to hold watch and report if we see anything.
Have you seen anything?"
No.
Very well.
Sometimes I wish this wasn't a podcast, and that was one of the moments where I wish it was, because the little just back and forth that you two just did was hysterical.
Yeah. He said, "Okay, well, we've been sent to patrol around. Have you already cleared the rear of the keep?"
Yes.
Persuasion.
We're going to have to get a new stat sheet. Stat girl. We need it. Stat.
I was really hoping my 22 was
Sarah.
going to hold me for like a couple of yeses and nos.
I'm going to give you a small chance to survive this, and I'm going to have him roll an insight. And if it's an at 1, right, then there might still be a chance here. So you have a 5%
So I have
chance.
a 5% chance of succeeding.
I'm going to roll it in front of all of you.
No, I wouldn't believe it. If I was listening at home, I wouldn't believe it. He fucking rolled a nat 1. He rolled a 1.
This is why you never give anybody a shot.
Listen. Listen.
So you're telling me
We left it up to the gods, and the gods have ruled in your favor. He says, "All right," and they just about face and walk away.
Oh my goodness.
You can't write this shit. You cannot write this shit.
That was hilarious. I mean,
I rolled it in front of you
the
guys.
chances.
Right. I rolled it in front of
5%.
you guys. 5% chance.
Wow.
Sarah, we're going to
believe
need
in
an
parallel
updated
universes.
stat sheet. Just so you know, Sarah.
Yeah.
Call Sarah.
Never
I'm
tell
just
us
kidding.
the odds.
I'm just kidding.
But,
I can't believe
Or do
that
tell
happened.
us.
Like, I'm literally, I'm in
Never
shock.
tell me the odds.
I'm a little shocked as well.
Like, Fran literally is devastated that failed.
No, I'm actually. I mean, I'm not even devastated. I'm just like I'm in a bit of
Shock.
just general shock because I could not believe
It's like
that.
dysphoria. It's like, what?
Listen, I mean, count your blessings.
Oh, I'm happy.
Yeah,
My karma came
take
back
my
to
die
me.
back now. Okay,
I know. Otherwise, we were gonna have to. I don't know. Shoot
Slit
him.
my wrist. Or slit my throat.
you do have one. You do have one tranquilizer round left.
Yeah, or shoot them, throw them off the damn cliff, and then walk back the other way, saying we were the patrol.
Anyways, well,
you think,
I will say that the path appears to be clear momentarily, but you guys are kind of exposed.
Yeah,
So-
I was just going to say, I can
Mm-hmm.
cast without a trace.
Pass without a trace.
Pass without a trace.
You sure do. You all slip into the shadows and now have +10 on your stealth rolls. Give me stealth rolls, everybody,
Why?
and add 10 to it.
Why? There's nobody even here.
20.
20.
You're gonna add 10 to it, Hoblet.
Oh yeah, enough.
Yeah. Okay.
30 something.
18.
Yeah. Everyone is super stealthy and shadowy, and you guys slip away from the keep. Granted, there are 16 guards who have seen your faces.
True.
So you are effectively, you would assume, wanted.
Within a short time, wanted posters will be put up.
Yeah. So where are you going now?
Back
We
to
need-
Kip.
Yeah,
Arrow.
we need to get
Yeah.
back to Kip and
Yep.
under the Queen's protection. For
Yep.
sure.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
How are you going to get there?
My great old thumb. No, I'm just kidding.
Shit. Like
Well, no, we're ahead of the wantedness at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like random citizens know that we're wanted.
Nope.
yet.
Nobody knows what's going on
So
yet.
if we can get to some sort of caravan or something
what would be
that
the
brings us there.
quickest?
There was
We can
that-
use Paradel to our advantage. We have a sickly friend. We have.
Mhm. And
somebody
there's
who needs
there are the
medical
Have
wet.
you
attention.
two shed the guard uniforms by now?
No, and that still can be used to our advantage.
There's a wagon station at the docks. That's where that like sort of like a port authority, so to speak, is.
How far is that?
It's like a 20-minute walk.
We're still
make
going to be
that
ahead
walk.
of the one.
A quick walk.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can
Yeah.
get
Yeah, and you can start to see, like, as you're quickly moving your way through the city, there do appear to be like there are like the guards sort of they appear to be like a bit of on high alert, because you can see some like having a conversation like, hey, did you hear what happened at the Baron's Keep? No, what happened? Like the word is starting to spread already. You guys make it to the docks. Are you ending Pass Without a Trace?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys just kind of appear at the docks. Yeah. You are at the Port Authority. There are still some wagons for hire here. Are you using that excuse, or like, what are you doing?
No, let's just get the caravan.
Yeah, let's go with the caravan.
Okay,
Make
yeah.
it quick.
You hire a caravan. It's just a
How
gold.
much is it?
Just a gold. Total.
1 gold.
Total.
Oh. See.
And it starts taking you back to Erlan. On your way out of the city, you happen upon the same checkpoint that you arrived at, where they were searching through people's belongings on the way in. That's where your rod is being kept.
Do we have the check number for that?
The ticket.
Yeah.
Yes. Quinn has the claim ticket.
It was either that or the. Can you believe this shit?
I'm a little hesitant.
Fair enough.
I mean, I'm in a guard costume, our guard uniform, asking for like somebody else's
You know what?
things.
Wait,
so I don't think
you know
we
what?
should. I think we should just bypass it.
We can have we'll have Felix stop by the city with the ticket later.
We'll figure something out to come back and get it.
Is that a bad idea?
Because I think
He wasn't involved at all.
No,
so-
diplomatically,
Felix never even came to this city.
diplomatically, I think we can get our stuff back at some point.
Yeah, there's that
I
too.
think we'll have power of the queen. Hopefully, I feel good about just ignoring.
At the very least, we'll have a jeweled dagger in our backs.
Huh?
The checkpoint stops the caravan. Says, "Hey, we've heard of some ruckus in the city. Someone has sent us a pigeon, saying something was going on with the Baron. What are you guys doing up here?" And he's looking at you two guards.
This is why I asked if you took it off.
Yeah. So we have.
You can see
Yeah.
before you even have a chance to respond, right? There's almost like a brief faint glow behind their eyes, and they're like, "Carry on."
And we just leave.
Okay. Bye.
Carrying on.
And you can see that as they start to walk away, Felix hops on the caravan. He's like, "Hey guys."
That was an awesome way to get him on board before Dave takes over.
Well, glad you could join us.
Yeah, I saw what happened. Just trying to catch up to you guys to give you a hand, but it looks like I came at the right time.
We had a great plan.
You had a good plan?
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you guys.
Now, where were we? Oh, yes.
Getting out of
Leaving town.
Aren't you going to get your rod? Hold on a second. And you kind of see him like massage his temples a little bit, and he says, "Hey, Daggett, we have a claim ticket here for an item." "Yes, right away, sir." And he goes and pulls the rod out, takes the ticket, gives you the rod, Quinn, and he says, "Carry on."
Little guy is actually useful.
Beautiful.
As he cast Charm Person on the two guards that were approaching.
I like it.
Okay. And you guys are heading back to Erlan.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
The caravan arrives late. You guys get in about, at this point, it's getting close to 10 p.m. What are you doing now?
Getting a room and getting a rest.
Yeah, Felix looks at you guys and he's like, "Wow, you guys look pretty bad. What happened to Paradil?"
Yeah. Sit down, grab a drink.
Yeah, Quinn recounts kind of the whole story to Felix while these guys...
At the bar or in the room?
Sure. Let's go to the bar.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait a minute. No.
No.
Stop. Stop. We just killed a baron.
And I have
We don't know
Paradol
who's friendly
with
to
me.
him in here. You don't need to be bragging. You're the guy who goes to jail for bragging about the murder you just committed at the bar because you think nobody knew the dude. Like, that's not a good idea.
You know what this is a good opportunity for? A dark vision meeting.
Right. We have a dark vision meeting and Hoblet falls the f- asleep.
Okay, let's go. So you guys go upstairs and check into the room at the Morningwood Inn, and
So,
and Felix, as you guys are kind of getting rested and bandaging up, and Paradol's kind of laying down, and a little warm washcloth on his head or something like that, just to kind of ease the splitting headache he has, and he's nursing. Felix goes, so Zero, did you receive my note?
Note?
Yeah, before I left the other day, a couple days ago, I left you guys a note. It had the contract and the notes and the.
it didn't look important, little man. I'm sorry, but I discarded it.
You did.
And then forgot everything that was on it.
I remembered a good portion, told the robot, but he seemed to be unable to do anything with the information.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
And Felix looks at you very suspiciously because he doesn't believe that you would have the mental capacity to even read, let alone recount scientific data to his pal Zero.
It's been a long day.
So he says, well, Zero, come with me. And they kind of just go off into another room and you can hear him talking a bunch of jargon, something about portals and relativity and things like that. And, something about time dilation and all this weird stuff that you guys don't know what the hell he's talking about. And you guys, we're going to take a long rest here, finally.
Yay.
And I'm going to say, for everyone's brave efforts slaying the Baron, role-playing your way through many situations,
Yeah, we did.
and just generally surviving what was a very, very difficult encounter, the entire party is going to be awarded 1,000 XP each.
Each. Nice.
Yes. I mean, you're still a ways from level 5, but
No.
everyone's going to get 1,000 XP,
Close enough.
including Paradol.
The least we could do for the severe concussion that he's been given.
Right.
So
Makes
we're at
sense. He's sick in
3,700
real life, so, Anyways. Hey, you know what, Joe? You've never done a montage before.
Give it a run.
Do montage.
Excellent. I think everyone's done a montage now, I want to say. Anyways, you guys wake up in the morning, and you wake up to a knock on the door. A very loud knock.
Do we have a
A peephole?
There you go.
Yes.
Great.
It's Captain Kip wearing her guard uniform.
Okay.
And
Her Queen's Guard uniform.
her Queen's Guard uniform.
Am I allowed...
My favorite
I've
uniform.
I've been thinking about this. I was allowed to change spells. I'm allowed to change spells during the rest, though, right?
Yeah, you can change what you have
Equip
prepared.
spells. Okay.
Anyways. Yeah, Quinn, you walk up to the door and you can see that it's Captain Kip in her Queen's Guard uniform. And she's got two other guards with her, and you can just kind of hear her, just kind of rapping on the door.
Sure. I immediately open the door and let her in.
Okay, she kind of comes in, she closes the door behind her.
Guards in with her or stay out?
Oh, no, the guards stay out front.
Okay.
And she kind of pulls up a chair at one of the tables in the common room here in this suite that you guys are staying in. And she says, so I heard what happened. Ezra, so nice to see you, by the way.
What's up?
So, tell me, what happened?
Just recount the story to her, let her know that we got into the Baron's chamber. We were able to get the Baron down to his knees.
Mm-hmm.
He continued to stick to his story of innocence and then shot himself.
Even in death, he couldn't even be honest with himself. What a shame.
Mm-hmm.
No, please.
Hoblet fucking hates this lady.
Uh-huh.
I'm so mad at her. I hate her so much. She almost got my friends killed. She's put us through so much bullshit.
Uh-huh.
So, in the long rest, being full well aware that I was going to see this woman the next day, Hoblet has equipped himself with Zone of Truth.
Yes.
Okay? So right now, Hoblet is going to
Cast.
slam his fist down on the table.
Mm-hmm.
We want answers.
And cast Zone of Truth?
And cast Zone of Truth, which is a charisma save. Okay, which I'm assuming she's got like -30 since she's such a terrible person.
She does not actually. I have a little
Wait,
sheet
so is
for
this
her.
whole room a zone of truth?
I fucked your sister. No. Shout out to Acquisitions Incorporated. That was a great fucking episode. Anyways, hold on a sec. She's making the save.
Mother likes it.
Okay.
She fails the save.
Okay.
So this whole room is a zone of truth.
Well, that's what I was going to look up to see if we're involved in that.
Everybody.
Well,
Everybody within this is...
Well, yeah, but shouldn't we also make charisma checks then?
Yeah. Everybody make
I have really good
Everybody make charisma saves to see if you're allowed to lie here or not. Kip cannot.
10.
So you fail. So you have to tell the truth no matter what.
Oh, fuck, 10.
Okay, you also have to tell the truth no matter what.
Oh, I really was hoping
9.
that.
But
Also
come
you.
on, you weren't expecting me to lie convincingly regardless of its truth zone.
And Hoblet, I mean, you're the one casting it, so I guess you don't.
Oh, shit. Well, no, it's just not... I don't know what you want to edit out here, but it's not as cool.
Why don't you read the full text?
It's not nearly as cool as I thought.
Why don't you read the full text of Zone of Truth?
You create a magical zone that guards against deception in a 15-foot radius sphere centered on a point of your choice within range.
Sure.
Until the spell ends, a creature that enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn in there must make a charisma save. On a failed save, a creature can't speak a deliberate lie while in the radius. You know whether or not each creature succeeds or fails on its throw.
Okay.
An affected creature is aware of the spell and can avoid answering questions to which normally would respond with a lie.
That's helpful.
So you can be
Such
evasive.
creature can be evasive in its answers as long as it remains within the boundaries of the truth.
So she looks at you, Hoblet, and she says, I can tell you don't trust me, and maybe you're right not to. So, enough of the charade. And I would like to remind you that, once again, I am in a position here where what I do is for the good of this kingdom and for the good of our queen. So be very careful what you do with this information I am speaking, Hoblet. Yes, the Baron did not kill the king, queen, and crown prince. I ordered the hit.
Why?
The king and the queen were both involved in illicit trade deals with the Baron, where there was a great amount of extortion of tax money that was being used for their own personal wealth and also to procure illegal goods, such as powerful and very dangerous magical artifacts.
Right about this point in the sentence, you can hear Zero flipping through a few papers.
Okay. It was causing a great amount of destabilization of wealth in our kingdom. The poor got poorer and the rich got richer. Myself, just being, at that time, the princess's lady-in-waiting, I caught wind of this activity one night while I was making my rounds. And I took it upon myself to use the connections that I had from before the queen and her family took me in as one of their own to do something about it. As the queen's confidant, I knew that she possessed all of the right qualities for a proper ruler of this kingdom. She was benevolent, kind. Every time she would be in the streets, the people loved her. She would freely give to the poor. She tried to convince her parents to start programs to give money back to the people who needed it the most, to build more homes, to take care of the infrastructure that mattered. While as her parents just sat on their piles of gold, illegally gained by cooking the books with the Baron.
So you saw fit to have them removed from the equation?
I tried to find ways to just stop the deals. I have known some agents in my day, and I had some contacts, including Arion Black. And I knew that Arion was one of the suppliers, or at least one of the people who was helping move some of these goods. But no matter what I did to stop a supply line, another one would pop up. And I didn't know what else to do. And I know that morally, this is wrong. But for the greater good, I was willing to sacrifice everything, including my own life, to stop this evil from ruling the land. And so I decided to frame the Baron for murdering the king and queen so that I could take them all out in one swoop. This was never about the king and queen. The Baron was the real evil one. He was the one manipulating and pulling the strings, but the only way to really take down a man that powerful is to accuse him of something that is unforgivable. Regicide. And I knew that if I could find some way to produce some kind of evidence, I could give the queen some closure about her family, and I could bring some justice back to this world. Now, I know that things are going to be a bit tumultuous politically, and the queen's going to have quite a job to do to clean up the mess that we caused in Riverford, because someone's going to have to be appointed to power, and we're going to have to prevent a war from starting here between our neighboring cities. Because we are all one kingdom, after all. But
Hoblet has been shaking his head this whole entire time.
Because
he knew it.
What can we do to help?
we need to provide...
She just admitted to killing the king.
She also could probably murder us right now, and then everything's clean of her hands. So I would rather be on her good side.
She says to you, she's like, no. You do with this information what you wish. I've done some reflecting, and I know that what I've done is wrong. I still stand behind what I've done. I still think that the greater good was served here, but I understand that morally I am still in the wrong. But I saw no other option. What I thought I was going to do coming here was give you guys some sort of evidence so that you can present it to the queen to show that the Baron was in fact the arbitrator of these murders. I have a document right here in his handwriting, because I know people, that shows that he had contracted the hit. And I was hoping that you would help me. If I presented you to the queen, you would show her this evidence. She could finally have some peace, and this realm might actually see some proper rulership for once in all of its cities and neighboring provinces. So I ask you, what do you say to that?
Well, you seem to be very conniving. What makes us believe you won't stab us in the back at some point in time?
I have no reason to lie to you, and I cannot lie to you.
You've lied to us this entire time.
I am currently unable to lie to you.
Do you believe in love at first sight?
I do.
Wait. Isn't that how we got ourselves in this mess in the first place?
But unfortunately, Ezra, I do not have eyes for you.
Aww.
I know.
I was hoping they would have a romantic moment.
I know.
No, I am far too consumed with my work to even begin to think about a relationship. But I do appreciate. I am very flattered by your
My
advances.
boy Ezra's not looking for a relationship, but you're lost, babe.
Oh my God. I'm really trying to keep a straight face, and it is so hard.
I don't even understand why Quinn's in this group.
But anyways,
Yes, every group has to have a voice of reason.
she says, "I have no reason to lie to you, and I have no reason to even threaten your life anymore. I mean, you've done this kingdom a service, whether or not the truth comes out. I'm just hoping that maybe we can ease the tension, because you realize that it's not only my head here that's at stake if the queen finds out, but also yours, because you just killed a baron.
Yeah.
You could start easing the pain with a bit of the gold that you owe us for killing the Baron.
And she takes out a huge sack of gold, slams it on the table, and there is 1,000 gold pieces in there.
Damn straight. Damn straight there is.
And she says that, and I also promised you an audience with the queen herself. And so long as she believes that the Baron is the one who killed her parents, I have a good feeling you guys will earn the renown of and the favor of this kingdom for as long as you shall live. And that carries quite a bit of weight, not just here in this kingdom, but in all of Tal'Doria.
I'm going to keep berating this lady if you keep letting me talk to her.
I've been trying to stop you, but at this point you've already... Quinn basically just kind of nods his head at her and says, "Get us an audience with the queen and we will do our best to keep your name out of everything."
I would greatly appreciate that.
It occurs to me that this is neither our circus nor our monkeys. We have a third option available to us.
Are we speaking in front of her right now?
Yeah, you guys can't lie. So
Yeah.
he's talking.
Yeah. Well, right here, we do have a considerable sheaf of papers, and this man was a meticulous bookkeeper. Of all these dealings with the king and queen, which would be pretty damning in and of itself, we could tell the queen a third truth.
I like that option. Because
Obviously,
we're not.
the Baron and the king and queen were in with each other. We could just say that both were killed by the Nighthawk and leave it at that.
Well, I hate
Queen
to say
doesn't
it.
know who the Nighthawk is, does she?
True.
But what proof do we have of that?
And we can always find a way to spin it that the Nighthawk is actually a band of adventurers and not one man.
Sorry to have
The
to
Nighthawks.
sacrifice a perfectly well-earned nom de guerre, but
That's okay. It served its purpose.
I feel like it's a role that needs to be retired from.
Yeah, and I would advise, though, that you guys maybe steer clear of Riverford for quite some time and maybe lay low and, after this audience, just because we're going to have some fires to put out politically.
Either or. Like I said, not my circus nor my monkeys. I'm thinking more tropical climates are in order.
Okay, well, here's how we're going to spin it then. I will set up an audience with the queen. I will tell her that a group of brave adventurers has found evidence linking the Baron to the murders of the king and queen, as well as, dealings with them that maybe we can kind of spin went south or something. And that, are we saying that the Nighthawk, we're going to say that you are not taking the credit for the Baron's demise?
We could or we couldn't. You know what?
Well, why
I'll
don't
take the
I'm not
cash,
going
the
to
credit.
say
I
it
got no
either
beef with
way
that.
because no one would believe no one would believe that out of me. So you can tell them what you want. My conscience is clean on this one anyway.
I think I know how to spin this.
I mean, he also killed himself. So
You are not wrong.
So
However,
what about the guilt he felt about causing the issue? He killed himself, so he didn't have to
That's not a bad
It's
idea.
not- I don't-
inflict the queen's.
It's not going to look like he killed himself, though, because there's no
Shot
weapon.
himself.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
you
he's
took
also
the gun.
weapon.
Took the gun, and it's
And-
also
and they
a whole
chased
bunch of
us.
stab
They
wounds
chased us out.
and other
Yeah.
things.
So there's no way.
There was a battle.
he was very nearly split from stem to stern.
But we
with
can
a
easily
huge
spin
sword.
that. We can easily spin that as, you were hired by the Baron for another task. You caught wind of this, and being the noble adventurers that you are, could not stand to see someone so evil continue to operate, and took it upon yourselves to avenge the queen and her family by murdering their murderer. I feel like she would have no problem with that, because that would be a very easy political fire to manage.
I couldn't sell the statement either way, so I have no investiture in what you tell
I will
him.
worry about talking to the
Yeah.
queen.
Hey, Kip.
Yeah, either Kip or you, Quinn.
She takes a deep breath. Yes, Hoblet.
You doing it with the queen?
What?
You're in my circle of truth.
Yeah.
You nuzzled up to the queen awfully close for no
Zero
apparent
No.
smacks
reason.
him.
No.
Aw, she's in love with the
Yeah,
queen.
no.
Right.
Like,
Aw.
Zero just
Mhm. That's what I thought.
It's our Valentine's Day episode. Oh wait, Valentine's is already
bashes
passed.
him.
Right.
17 against AC.
She
Patrick's
is
Day
she is
episode.
my family.
Pablo takes 2 slapping damage.
No, she is my family. I see her as my sister.
Why?
Her family took me in when I was young and troubled.
And then you
Fair
kill
enough.
them.
Well, it was her kindness that drew me in. But no, there is nothing romantic here. Like I said, I don't have time for that.
Who would you do?
Can
The
we
queen
stop
or
now?
Ezra?
Oh my god.
I'm done with these questions.
You've
and
got
me.
a chance, bud.
You and me both.
I will send for you when it is time.
It's my crude sense of humor.
We will
I
look
know.
forward to your
Yeah, give him inspiration for that, Dave. You got the
Yeah.
tokens over there.
Oh, no.
Okay.
It's awesome. Zero's just tired of it.
Yeah, so she...
Zero's just tired.
Right, so she exits the room, and she brings her guards with her, and you guys are kind of left there again on your own. So some time passes. It's kind of in the late afternoon now, and you kind of hear another knock on your door, and there's a courier there sending for you guys to have an audience with the queen. So
About time.
So he leads you back to the castle. And you guys go up the steps, and you can see Quinn is waiting for you at the gates with the armed escort.
Because Quinn slept there because he just couldn't. He couldn't wait to meet the queen, so he's
excited.
he's been sleeping on the gate, just waiting for us to.
Queen's my
Right.
woman.
And when you arrive, you're led inside. You're brought into this large chamber. There's several almost like pews, like benches. There's a large throne up on like a plinth, and there are 2 chairs beside it. No one's sitting in it yet, but there are just some different folks in here. And after your gesture to take a seat, a few moments pass, and then you hear someone shout, "All rise for Her Highness Queen Dara Vesh." Do you guys stand up?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And in walks
She's
this
the queen.
gorgeous, woman, tall. She's about maybe 5'10", wearing this armored dress, and she's followed by an escort of 12 heavily armed guards, and they kind of walk her to the throne. They wait for her to take a seat. They all stand behind her in a line. And as she sits, she kind of gestures for all of you to sit down as well.
Quinn kind of adjusts his pants a little bit as he sits.
Damn
And
it, I can't take any of you.
once the queen has taken her seat, Captain Kip will walk up, and you'll see her kind of drop down to a knee and kind of with her head down, and says "My queen, I have brought you the brave adventurers who have avenged your parents and slain the Baron of Riverford. And we have evidence that he was the one responsible for their deaths a decade ago. And what I'd like to say really quick is I'm going to introduce none other than my wife, Katie, who is going to play the queen. You've been under the impression that he's killed your family for a long time, but no one has been able to provide proof.
And there you're bringing me proof?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes.
Ah. I don't know what to say. Thank you?
You're welcome.
That's usually a good place to start.
Let's have a party.
Oh yeah, I should ask.
So I
for
kind of do
evidence.
like a dramatic bow, my liege, for you, and I give her all of the papers.
And now, on these papers, Queen, there is a great deal of information showing that your deceased parents, had a bunch of illegal deals where they were actually embezzling money of the kingdom itself and using that money to pay for and ship illegal goods over to the Baron. and it's explained to you that essentially the deals went awry and the Baron decided to contract a hit on your parents in order to keep things fair because he thought that he was getting swindled.
This is all so messed up.
It is, my liege.
That's how you should. That's how you should feel.
We couldn't believe it either when we saw it.
You don't speak.
Well, I just feel like she should be like a powerful character who's like not so upset about it.
Well, I would say that...
Like, I'll go home and cry, but I can't cry in front of everybody else.
I believe they call that Imperial Reserve.
Okay, well, thank you. You can have your own keep now. Is that what I'm supposed to say?
That's all we wanted. That's fine. That's it. That's all we needed.
You're after Ezra's heart right now.
I'm short and I'm brief and I'm to the point.
You're a queen. You got things to do.
I got things to do. Don't waste my time.
Wow. Such gratitude.
Right.
Yeah, that's...
Well, this is an
You got your
emotional
meeting with the queen.
subject, too. Like, I don't
Right.
want to, like, be vulnerable.
That's actually a good point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you've done a great service. Thank you. I'm going to go review this and, like, eat myself into an oblivion.
Leap over a box of Triscuits.
Right. Goodbye.
we can have our estate, though.
Yes. My servant, whatever best friend's sister man, will work out the details.
My liege, it was an honor.
Thanks.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Now get out.
I kind of shuffle everybody like.
Man, the women in this kingdom are... Whoa. Hoblet says that once he's well out of earshot of the queen.
I can still hear you.
Literally, she comes around the other corner and like you're face to face with her. She's like, but I can still hear you.
Who's smashing now, Hoblet? Who's smashing
Oh, no.
Wow. She's heard of
Hoblet
you.
has never been so emasculated. He is bright red. He tucks his tail between his legs, hides behind the robot, and scuffles out.
he deserves it.
And Quinn is far more in love.
Yeah.
He definitely deserves it.
I
Yeah.
love you too, Quinn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Katie.
Yeah.
Nobody else is excited to see me except for you.
I know.
Yeah.
I was
Well,
literally
all
camping
Quinn
outside your
wants.
The giant robot is making an effort to not say a damn word through the whole thing. So,
Poker face.
yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
So after your audience with the queen, you're shown out of the keep, and Kip comes up to you and she says, "Yeah, it's been she may not want to show you, but this has been a rough subject for a while. So I apologize for her brevity, but as you I'm sure can tell, this is no easy thing to take. But she has offered you your own headquarters here in the kingdom. It is only a couple miles outside of town to the north. It hasn't been touched in a while. I'm going to warn you. But I'm sure once you clean out the cobwebs, it'll provide a perfect base of operations for whatever you choose to do. And I really do appreciate your discretion in this matter as well. You've done a great service for this kingdom, and I will personally see to it that so long as you are in the kingdom of Vesh, you will always have a free place to stay, and the people will know your name. Now, what this means out of character here is that as long as you're in the kingdom of Vesh, all charisma checks, as far as persuasion and stuff like that, when you're interacting with the general public, are made at advantage. That's just a boon you have now, as well as you've received a kingdom-wide discount on any goods and services that you want to purchase.
So is that based on our individual names? Like, we obviously don't call ourselves the Hapless Heroes.
No, yeah, that is your individual names.
Right. Okay. So I just say I'm
Quinn Southwind.
Quinn Southwind.
They'll know exactly who
Give
you
me
are.
a discount.
Right.
Okay.
Although
And
you're
you
edging
have
closer to Lord Quinn Southwind.
I know.
and you have your
I can't be any more excited.
and you have your own estate, which I would say makes you a lord.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ooh, Lord Southwind. I'm liking that.
Yes, Quinn.
You and your
And so Kip has the deed for the keep, and she says,
Lord is my middle name.
"So who's going to sign it?" And Felix already pulls out his quill. He's like, I'm ready. Quinn, shall
I
we?
pull out my quill.
Yeah.
Shall we?
'Cause I have one too.
All right. You guys both scrawl your names on there.
Sure.
All right. Well, we should go check out the new digs.
Yes.
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 So before we end this episode,
I
you
call
guys,
top bunk.
you guys roll up to this this large keep. It looks like similar to that of like the Baron's mansion, where it's sort of like this pseudo like estate / like military headquarters, and but you can tell that it's fallen into a bit of disrepair. You know, it may take some time and effort and resources to rebuild back to its former glory, but you are confident that with some time, this could be quite a formidable base of operations. You know, there are several rooms in here, like you don't even have to call it bunk, Ezra. There's a room for everybody and then some. And there is a, what looks like the shred, or like a, you know, like what looks like maybe it was an armory at one point. You know, there are some training grounds. There are, you know, there used to be, looks like what used to be even like merchant tables and whatnot, like almost like as a business could be run out of here as well. But it is definitely dusty, dirty, and like broken down. Like the wood is warped.
So it's not just a building, there's land involved with this.
Correct.
Okay.
70 acres to be exact.
Wow. Wow.
Yes, we're landed.
We can create some agriculture up in here.
Is it a 70-acre beet farm?
It can be.
You mean to tell me you inherited a 70-acre working beet farm? Sorry. Office.
And
fans.
so that is where we're going to call it for this episode. And next week, Dave will be free to do as he wishes with this blank canvas that I am now handing him. So thank you everybody for listening. We are the Hapless Heroes podcast. If you like what you heard, you can find us on Twitter. We are at Hapless Heroes, or you can shoot us an email. We're haplessheroes@gmail.com. You know, just want to say we're deeply, deeply grateful for everybody listening. You know, if you really liked it, we would love if you left us a podcast review either on iTunes or whatever service of you choose. It really kind of helps us get more visibility and really just bring more people to our show. And I'd also like to actually give a special shout out, because I keep forgetting to thank him on the air. Tim, it's always in the show notes though, but Tim at tabletopaudio.com for always providing these amazing soundscapes and things like that I've been using you know, in the show. It's really, really cool. They just like these really awesome 10-minute loops that you can use in any campaign. Really, really great stuff. So without further ado, I would like to sign off our party. We have Joe playing Ezra.
Yep.
We have Mike playing Quinn.
I'm a lord now.
We have Dave playing Zero.
I get a laboratory.
We have James playing Hoblet.
Good night.
And we have my loving wife who played Queen Dara Vesh.
Good night.
She's the meanest, nicest queen I've ever met.
And I'm Francesco. I've been your host at DM, and we'll see you all next week. Thank you.